Hey, it's Miss Falone. It's Sunday the 5th, and it's your last day of spring break. I'm sure by now, though, you feel like you've been on spring break with your children for about 800 years. But I hope you were able to enjoy some time just relaxing with your family without schoolwork and that stress. And hopefully, you all are staying healthy and well. And we're going to get through this together. And it sounds silly, and I'm sure if you're watching The Governor every day at 5 like I am, you hear that all the time. We're going to get through this together, but we are. It's weird. It's a strange change of pace that we were not expecting when your kids came home on March 12th, but we're going to make it. So, I promise. If you need me at any time during this, before, during, after, let me know. My email address is here. You've had that. Miss Signorino's email is on there as well. She's the other teacher in our classroom that teaches your kids half the time. Those phone numbers are our Google Voice phone numbers. You can call or text that number and it will leave us a message and then we will be able to get back to you. Before the break, mine was acting kind of funky. You'd have to leave me a message and then it would give me a notification a little while after, which was really inconvenient, but I think it's fixed now. Um, so you are welcome to try that. If you just need to send a quick message and you're able to type and text, which is probably going to be the easiest way for us to stay in contact, you can piggyback with your kiddo onto a Google Classroom activity and send me a private comment. It's on the right hand side underneath where their submission is. As always, hit me up on the Class Dojo. You can send me a message or have put a post on your students' portfolio. Your students have Class Dojo accounts now also. They have to click sign in with Google and use their school email address and lunch number. And then it might ask you for a code that I can send you. If you have any emergencies, you can call Woodland at the front office and they will answer any questions or get you into contact with me. If you have any concerns about technology or devices or internet or food, please call them and we will take care of that. Some other places you can get information, go to the Hardin County website, hardin.kyschools.us. There are two things that you can look at. The first one is this red oval. It has coronavirus information that has all of the links to everything that was available to us before this break and some more additional resources as well, including how to get internet and where you can find devices for your students to transition to online learning and for questions about food. Your student was entitled to free lunch and breakfast during the school year, and that has not changed. Free lunch and breakfast is available for all children up to 18 if they're enrolled in Hardin County schools. Also on the blue oval is Hardin County social media. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. I think that's even LinkedIn down there to get those contacts. Whatever is the easiest way for you to get contact, please do so. It's not circled, but the second one says schools. If you tap on schools, it gives you a list of all of the Hardin County schools, and Woodland's on that list as well. I am here to show you what NTI looks like for week 3. Since we've transitioned from 2 weeks of review to get us comfortable with online learning, and by now you've heard that the earliest the federal government will let us return back to the building is May 1st, we're going to go to 4 weeks of new content for NTI instruction, so this week looks a little bit different. This is our weekly lesson plan matrix that will be available to you. It's the one that's on the Woodland website. This is just for me. My name's on top. If you have family members or friends in other third grade classes, theirs may look different. Reading is a must do. They must do an activity for reading every day this week. The activities do differ from day to day, so it says just to go to Google Classroom and look for the Monday tab. If your student is still working on a paper packet, they'll have information and directions in there as well. Underneath it is math. Math is a must do as well. Same directions, just we're going to provide all information through Google Classroom, just like we did before. Questions can be answered in one of those many ways you can contact me. Here's where the change is. The content area, social studies, science, and writing, is required every day as a must do, but the activities rotate. We'll be doing social studies activities on Monday and Tuesday, science activities on Wednesday and Thursday, and a writing activity on Friday. They're identified right here, must-dos. They're shown as must-dos in the Google Classroom as well. Computer is, I don't want to call it an optional activity. It's an activity that we highly recommend if you have that extra time. If you don't have time, that's fine. But if you have some available screen time for your student and they need to work on some practice, Compass for reading and reflex math for math would be beneficial, as well as any of the other websites and resources available on the Google Classroom that they can access. They can go to Compass for math if they want to. Science and social studies have supplemental activities on math. If you scroll down in the classroom, your student will tell you about Prodigy Math and Code.org and PebbleGo for science research. There's tons and tons of resources. We don't mean to overwhelm, we mean to provide you with things to help you keep your student busy and learning. Specials is the big change. Specials has gone from a mandatory must do to an activity for you to work on if you have time in your day. They have a Google Classroom this week that your student has been invited to when they log into Google Classroom. All of the activities can be accessed through there. If the activities are submitted to me on Google Classroom, they won't get the activities and they won't get their points. So please make sure that you follow their directions. The contact information of the related arts teachers are on their Google Classroom as well. So it's not a significant change, but it's going to look a little different than click on Google Classroom, read the activity, and carry on from there. A quick sneak peek. Mine looks a lot different than theirs, but your activities are getting ready for the week. So, for example, tomorrow is Monday. They'll have a reading must do, a math must do, and a social studies must do, as well as science specials and computer. So, for example, reading activity says you will watch 2 videos for instruction today. The first is an overview of the story, and the second is the weekly story. After you watch these videos, respond to this question in the private comment as your exit ticket. And that's the exit ticket is what's the title of the story. So they'll watch the 2 videos, they'll answer the question, and then they're done with reading for the day. There's no reading passage for them to answer questions for. That's it for today. When they're done with reading, they'll go on to math. Math has similar directions. You'll watch 1 video for instructions today. The math target is solving problems with parentheses. All the information's in the video. When you watch the video, respond to this question, the private comment, and then you're finished with math for today. Social studies, the information is coming. Ms. Signorino is making a video for you all to work on, so they'll have directions just like reading a math. Watch the video, answer a problem, and then go on. Specials has what I just described to you. Special area activities can be accessed and submitted through their attached Google Classroom. If the work comes to me like you've done in the past, they will not receive it and it'll just get kind of confusing. So if you have questions, let me know or let them know. Computer is the same directions as last week. Computer activities are not must-dos. We encourage that they participate, but they are not required. For computer lab, you have a choice of 20 minutes of Compass in reading, math, science, or social studies, or getting your green light on Reflex. When you're done, hit submit. When you have completed all 5 or 3 and whatever you can of these 2, you're done for Monday. This is designed to keep us moving forward in 3rd grade instruction, but to give you a little bit of a break. Also, as always, go back to the classroom stream. You're going to have to scroll a ton because we've had 10 days of NTI from before spring break. But if you have patience and your kiddos have patience, scroll down, and there are tons of resources for you to access. This one is Get Epic, reading books by listening to stories. That's a good one. Typing.com, Prodigy Math. Anything they need to use has the login information. Also on the top that I skipped right over, my webpage that has digital resources. If you click on my link here with my name on it, it's a quick summary of some of the resources that are in the Google Classroom, and there's tons of them. At the end of this video, or going along with this video, I'm going to send you a link to another Google form for me. Thank you to those who completed the one the last time. It starts the same. Tell me your name, your kiddo's name, method of contact. But there are 2 questions that are different this week that I want your opinion on. The first one says, I want to go live with the kids, kind of like doing an online class. You may be familiar with Google Hangouts and Google Meet and Zoom classes that you may even be working with, just a way to have us all connect. And I'd like to do that with the kids so I can see them and say hi, and then they're out of your hair for a couple minutes and I'll treat them appropriately. If you would be interested in doing that, please tell me the time you would be most available to give your device to your student for maybe 20 minutes, half hour. And if we do that, I'd like to have the opportunity to record the video and share it on the classroom or the dojo for any students that were not able to log on and talk to us at that time, but I need your permission to do so. So, do I have your permission to post this video to a platform that only our class can view? Yes or no? And if you say no, that's perfectly fine. If you say yes, that's awesome. If we can't get logged on at a time where many of us can, that's okay too, but I want to make sure that your kiddos have that option. Last thing before I go, when I did the survey last week, one of the questions was, does your student have access to books and videos to read? And some of you said no, and I've made contact with you all to take care of that. But something I do want to share with you, if you are on Facebook or Instagram, there's an account called Save What Stories that's gotten lots of publicity lately. It's celebrities reading short stories, and the videos are not very long, and they're fiction books, they're nonfiction books. Some of these stories are in different languages, and there's a wealth of these. Hand them your device, log into Instagram, and let them watch a video. More resources like this are available in the classroom, and if you need anything, let me know. I think that's all I want to share with you on this eve of week 3. If you have anything you need, please let me know. And I'm excited to get work with your kiddos again tomorrow. So if you need anything, let me know, and I will talk with you soon. Thanks.